Good day, everyone, and welcome to our Maniac podcast. It's me, JCT.
And I'm FSP Works, but you can also call me Fred.
And ladies and gentlemen,
We are here to give you a bumper to bumper podcast.
So what is up, Maniacs? It's me, your notorious boy from Pasig City, now known as the Grim Rider or the Grim Boss, JCT.
And I am FSP Works as usual. You can always call me Fred, but for now, this is not a quote-unquote podcast. Okay, so hi to all our viewers sa Maniac Cars. I am Dom and I'm the one who started the entire channel.
And I'm Kyle, one of the lead videographer and editors for this Maniac Cars. Also sub-leader. So, yeah. So basically, that's what we are right now. So we are currently, a five-person group. So it's him, me, and then Fred, and then Chris, and then Kuya Bambi.
I want to share with you, the viewers, yung story of Maniac Cars. So it all started ng July of 2021 that it was the time na I was thinking of how could I earn money. Actually, yun talaga yung reason ko for starting it before. Then, after a month progressed, I kept on sharing other people's cars, and appreciating, giving credit to those owners from around the world. I then invited si Fred and si Chris to join me and form a team. For a year, we also realized after nun na I think we should start creating our own content. So when we did, during our first yung episode ng Maniac Podcast, which we called it before because it was Fred and Chris doing a podcast style of content. So that's how we started sa YouTube. Then after that first video, we reached out to Carl na maybe he wanted to join, or actually he reached out to us pala. It was the other way around.
Yeah, more of the other
It was the other way around, sorry.
Yeah, because Chris asked me to.
Yeah, so it was Chris before na
Yeah.
who wanted Carl to join the team. Then at first I was skeptical, sabi ko baka masyado maging malaking hati pag kumita tayo. Then blessing this guys na pinayagan ko siya na pumasok sa team. So, long term, it did good for us. Nandito tayo ngayon. And, yun. Nag-start kami sa Maniac Podcast. And we did a couple of mga 10 videos. Mga 10 videos ba yun? So, yun nga. After doing that, yung 2 to 3 months na break for re-strategizing, rebranding, kung tawagin sa business world, we started creating content. Sabi namin, okay, sige, let's test it out sa car ko, sa Subaru Forester. So that was the first video na makikita nyo sa YouTube channel natin. Tapos, it wasn't supposed to be released. It was just the sole purpose of that video was to show yung mga gusto namin i-feature or i-invite sa channel na, okay, so this will be the type of video that we'll create for you, yung owner ng car or owner ng cars.
Actually, it's more of like a testing ground for us to test out the things that we have learned. So it's more of like we call it a quiz. First, or an exam for us because, we're trying to implement this new thing.
So we implemented everything we've learned. Then we created our first video and we released it on YouTube. To our surprise, umabot siya ng 4K views. So, sinabi namin within the team, hindi natin inaasahan na aabot to ng ganito kataas.
True.
And it's just it wasn't even supposed to be released in the first place, di ba?
It was an uphill battle, actually. So it's a rather difficult journey, but eventually, in a span of less than a year, we managed to get up to this point. So really, really was thankful for it. It was all hard work, like all those sunburns, all those all those sweat, all those tears, all those energy was spent on making videos outside. It was, it's rather thrilling, I'd say, in a sense that it is satisfying to do it. Like, you get to learn what other people's life all about, not only in cars, but also how they deal with their everyday life. So I think that's also the main goal of Maniac Cars, is to really inspire people in a way that the guests will tell their story.
Hi, I am the videographer, video editor, and at one point of our earlier episodes, I was also one of the hosts in our quote-unquote podcast in Maniac Cars. I edit not only the main videos, but also our social media reels, the short reels, and also the graphic parts, the graphic design parts. When we first started our channel, our YouTube channel, well, what I can say is it was okay, but I can sense that it can still be better in a way, and so we took a shift from the usual thing that we are doing, and so we went out a lot more. We recorded outside of our comfort zones, and then we also went out. We found different interviewees with their cars, and we would interview them. And then I'd also, record the B-rolls, the rolling shots. Personally, my most favorite episode from Maniac Cars was Sir Tom's E34 Touring. It's a BMW 530i E34 Touring that we filmed a few months back, and we had to shoot it twice because of the circumstances, the weather, and the fact that we only had a limited time. When we filmed it, we were filming it in a not so quiet space, so we needed a different location from that.
Hi, I'm Bambi. Dito sa Maniac Cars, ako ang pilot driver dito.
Yes. He's the sole driver of Maniac Cars, by the way.
Sabi ko, nung nag-umpisa ang Maniac Cars, sabi sa akin ni Sir Fred, kaya Mami, sabi niya, mag-shoot tayo ng ganito, ganyan, ng sports car, then i-upload natin. Sabi ko, excited to, may thrill Sabi ko, sige, sabi ko. Then, nung pala, sinabi niya sa akin, ako pala ang magiging pilot driver nila. Habang nagro-roll, ako ang nagdadrive ko, ang sabihin nila, dito ka, sabi niya. So, ayun, doon nakapokus naman ako doon sa sinasabi nila. Kaya ayun, ang papel ko rito is sa Maniac Cars, naging pilot driver. Lahat naman ng sinyot ng Maniac Cars is may kanya-kanyang kwento, kung about sa kanilang mga experience sa sasakyan, dream car nila. So nakita ko naman ng nila, pag-aalaga isa, okay naman. Talagang mapaluma yan, mapabago. Talagang nami-maintain nila.
I miss these old days, Chris.
Same. I actually miss our golden days when we started from humble beginnings and we had very, very less equipment. We were just relying on mostly phones, those cheap lights and stuff like that.
And I lacked confidence during those times.
I was also camera shy. People said I was so robotic in the camera up until we actually learned ourselves and how to adapt from it.
And now we are speaking in front of the camera, we're just, communicating
As ourselves.
sans script. We don't have any script.
No
It's just
script.
me and Chris.
We are unhinged.
Yes, sir.
So I was first invited by Dom to join in, and I happily joined because I was thinking, I really, really had a big background in loving cars ever since I was a kid. So I personally, went in with flying colors. Was like, why not? Why not think of, starting up something that we could possibly make big by our own passion of loving cars and the way of life that we have together with these fine machines in this world. So I came from, when we first started, we were thinking of what exactly should we call the whole company, the whole thing. And then Dom told me, okay, Maniac Cars. How does that sound? I was like, sounds like something that we can build up. And then I was also the one that thought of, how could we make it unique? So I was thinking, okay, how about we try to connect to the people, to the car community, in a way wherein we don't just review about cars, but we also try to connect it with the people behind these cars. Okay. So first, I volunteered to help out with the marketing side of trying to advertise what we are as a company. And I was also after that I was also volunteer to become the co-host of FSP in our then Maniac podcast, and then it eventually turned into our bumper to bumper banger wherein we review cars. And
Days.
I miss those days a lot too, pal. And we started off just talking about the history of the cars, the stories behind them, and why they're so relevant in the car community. So that's basically how we began, and slowly but surely. Shortly after, we were thinking, okay, this is probably not going to cut it. Why don't we add a bit of our own real-life personalities to it? Except it was in an exaggerated way. So I was thinking, why don't I try being the comedy part of it, while Fred is like the more serious host?
You can tell from my face, right?
Yeah, I was always the comedy relief, even in a real personal relationship. So I was thinking, why not? So that's where it all started. But it was a really, really humbling experience for me because at first, the people, the viewers watching it were like, wait, this guy is too much of a drama queen. How come he's overreacting so much in these skits while Fred was, way too serious? I think that was the review, right? Yeah, so we were thinking, okay, we gotta spice it up a bit and be more for real life selves instead of exaggerating ourselves.
Right.
But we needed a reboot eventually. We needed something a lot more than just being like everyone else in YouTube or being like everyone else that we see on TV that are just, acting out skits, doing car reviews. So that's when we all thought that maybe, just maybe, it's better to really go out and interview people and try to connect them with their own cars and not just talk about the cars themselves. Because we were thinking, well, me in particular, I was thinking, I think that's what's going to set us apart because most of what I see on YouTube, like Donut Media, I watch Doug DeMuro as well, Top Gear, all of my favorite channels, I've been thinking, wait, yeah, they do connect with the people, but I want to connect on a more personal level. So why don't we try changing the theme to focusing on the people rather than just me and Fred talking the whole time about the cars, right?
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, and that's how we expanded. It became very successful so far for us, and we got to where we were now. I mostly worked behind the scenes, wherein I was the one asking the questions. I would also, again, continue helping in the marketing side, social media side of it, while Fred was more on the creatives. I was more into making the captions, formulating ideas that we can go through, and also what we could ask the car owners, and also how we can connect to the audience. So I was more on the logistics / marketing side and advertising side, because I guess it can also relate to my own course as a humanities student. So writing, public speaking is really more my thing than being the techie / creative guy, just like Fred. That's why I really bow down to Fred when it comes to being extremely creative and artsy behind everything that we do.
Sa magiging message ko sa team natin ng Maniac Cars is push lang nila at lahat naman yan nag-umpisa sila sa mahirap na kung paano na-maintain nila, naayos nila kung paano mag-shoot, kung paano itrato yung mga sinushoot nila. Nakakapag-shoot kami somewhere in BGC, somewhere in Narcobia, na naman nila, na-maintain naman nilang kaayusan at may paggalang sa mga nakukuha nilang mga guests. Talagang dito sa Maniac Cars, talagang i-post lang to. Ibig sabihin, balang araw may bubunga rin to. Hindi man sa ngayon, nag-uumpisa pa lang sila hanggang sa sana tumagal itong ginagawa ng grupo natin ng Maniac Cars.
Well, what I've always been wanting to tell you, well, I guess it's going to make me a bit teary-eyed as well. But personally, I'd like to say that I'm really, really thankful to have quite a partner like you, because you're not just a partner to me, but personally, you're also my best friend.
Yes.
Like I would say, if anything, I usually don't put hierarchies in friends, but since you have been there ever since the start of our friendship, like through thick and thin, it's like we're literally yin and yang. It's like how our relationship is. I was always rough on the edges, comedy relief, not so serious, while you were more on the stoic and serious side. Yet we both had this blend wherein we would really gel together because we really loved one another as bros.
Yes.
Yes, as bros. Bros for life. And I would like to say that, for that, I really find you to be the person that I would really ride or die for, literally, just as Fast and the Furious says. Ride or die for, because, you really mean the world to me. And if anything ever happened to you, it would really be like a huge part of me would be lost from me forever. Because really, man, I wouldn't imagine ending my own life chapter without you by my side. That's my ultimate dream, and that's what I'd like to do. If ever we get successful, I'd like to do it alongside with you. I wouldn't like to do it alone. I wouldn't like to do it solo. If ever we do this, I'd like to do it as a team and as your best friend, more importantly.
I'm a man of few words. Well, what I can say is that, we've been through, as you said, we've been through thick and thin, cliche, and not only got me to where I am right now, we helped each other get through to where we are at this moment, where we are talking to the camera, you're shooting here and there, almost every month. So from high school up until this point, we've been through a lot, man, and you've guided me true and true,
Yeah, and I could just say that, you've been with me through my best and through my worst moments. And you listened to every single story that I had to tell you, and vice versa. Just why I feel that our partnership is really something special and really something genuine. It's not like the others that we see on TV or on YouTube and we just formed our friendship on camera. No, ours is like, it was naturally there. It was naturally there ever since the start.
And Chris knows this. I'm quite of a shy person. I'm introverted, and I tend to be very emotional as well.
Well, same for me.
Yeah.
Actually,
We've seen each other's, flaws and all that. We've been there for each other. for how many years?
I've lost count, but I've known you ever since I was technically third year.
And I was in my graduating state during that time. You know, it
Yeah,
was
of high school.
2015, and you know, during those times, I don't want to say it's a sad moment per se, but like, we've been through a lot of circumstances through those moments. Not only through high school, but also outside of high school as well.
Yeah, and one great insight that I learned from you is how to be patient and how to really listen to people regardless of what they're going through, because you taught me, particularly you really taught me this lesson the most, that never judge a book by its cover. You were always this man that I really looked up to as a brother and as a friend, because no matter how hard life was for you, no matter how much you struggled, you really just kept on grinding up until you would get up there. And true enough, you kept going up there with grades, with your work, with your success. I mean, hell, we both started from the bottom in this business, and then we went to where we are now, right?
And one more thing you taught to me, during those times was, I think, resiliency, since you yourself have been through a lot as well.
Actually, this is like Maniac Cars is the one that brought us together. So we're actually very much like-minded, in a sense that I went to him more than about cars, but also about entrepreneurship and all that stuff. Because I know he's like one of the few people that I realized that he will teach me all of this stuff. And probably I talk out to him about business, all of that stuff. And our bond grew close with each other to a point that we call ourselves brothers from another mothers. It's actually really, really cool. Actually, this is like the first time I had this kind of thing. And so hopefully, brother, we gotta do something, more than Maniac Cars, more than everything. So stick along together with each other as brothers and all that stuff. If we go up, we go up. If we go down, we go down.
Sabay tayo dyan.
Oo, yun lang naman yun diba? Even if we go, far away or within same place, that's all we gotta do. So, hopefully, Maniac Cars, as we handle Maniac Cars as a brother and then also team leaders for this one. So, we hopefully inspire more people.
Sa akin naman, may message to Carl. As hindi lang yung co-leader or the person who straightens everyone sa team.
Yeah, I also made fun of teams.
I mean, the bond is there.
Yeah, the bond is always
The bond's there with everyone. May asaran tayo with lalo na mga kalokohan natin sa loob ng team,
Yeah, Fred is always the victim.
Minsan walang sense pero nakakatawa.
It's usually Fred or Chris is the victim.
Diba? Pero yun pa rin. Taga-simula to ng chaos sa amin.
Yeah, and then after I start the case, I just go away.
So, bigla na lang siya mag-fade tapos wala nandun na yung apoy
But it's also learning too.
Patago lang.
Yeah, patago lang.
Joke lang.
Wala.
Pero message ko talaga sa iyo, Carl, is thank you for being part of Maniac Cars, and syempre for approaching me sa para sa natin. Ngayon, meron na tayong ventures. Diba?
Actually, a lot of it.
We failed for some.
Yeah, we would just fail for some.
Meron kami nawalan. Pero right now, ngayon, I'll just mention one of them, which is yung 7th Over, which is also sponsored here sa Maniac Cars. I'm thankful na you kept on pushing for everything dito sa Maniac Cars and even sa 7th Over. Kasi without that, alam ko ako rin mismo, I do know some things about business, pero none of them would come into fruition without you dun sa equation. Kasi sa totoo lang, we balance each other out. We may not think the same all the time.
Yeah, we keep each other grounded.
Ang message ko lang talaga for Carl, specifically.
Okay,
is
go on.
thank you for being a part of this journey, and
We all continue.
we just continue moving forward, and syempre alam naman natin na magkakaroon tayo ng challenges dito, di ba?
Yeah, never listen.
And in whatever we do, wherever we are, nasa taas o nasa baba, magkakaroon ng challenges. So, just keep on pushing, strategize, and syempre, don't forget to take care of yourself. And alam ko you're different from everyone else. So, don't let that put you down. Kasi that difference is also your advantage. Sure, you may not have the physical strength of Chris or even Fred, pero you have that mental ability to think outside of the box.
Thank you so much.
So just keep on using that, improving on that. Or kung saan ang weakness mo, use it as your strength. Just keep on doing that, and I'm sure lahat tayo, ako, si Chris, si Fred, ikaw, aabot tayo kung saan natin gusto subukin. We just wanted to share with you our story, and we hope that it inspires you to we're not gonna say that you should be a content creator like us, or an entrepreneur like me and Carl, or even graphic designer like Fred, and marketer like Chris, or even communications expert. Pero just keep on going on where you want to go. Keep on working on those skills. Keep on working through the challenges that you're getting. Kasi I think it's safe to say that success isn't really a smooth ride. The road to success rather isn't a smooth ride at all. It could be bumpy. You could go up and down a lot, that to the point that it will mentally challenge you. I feel more fulfilled dito sa ginagawa sa Maniac Cars, and I hope my team members do as well. And the fulfillment is there, and I think that we should focus on that fulfillment.